Hi, and welcome to the Blogging Bunch Hangout. We are finally getting to our Instagram Hangout, and we almost got thwarted there by some technical difficulties. But we made it, and we're here. And Carrie's here this week with me, and she just told me that she surpassed 2,000 followers on her Instagram account. Where let's see, I have two Instagram accounts because I can't do anything just normal. And she is too, but I only have like 300 on my most one. So Carrie, you are our expert today.
So I think that like the whole, I mean, 2,000 followers on Instagram isn't a lot. We know people have, compared to what people.
I don't know a lot of people that even have that many.
Yeah, I guess it kind of just depends on where you're at. But the way this account grew, which I'll tell you about, it grew so quickly that it's was different than my other Instagram account. So like I was telling you earlier, so I have one Instagram account for my blog that started out before I had Instagram for my blog. It was just my personal account, and that I've had that for 5 years, and I have 700 followers on it. And so it's kind of just grown slowly and organically, and I don't really put a lot of effort into growing that account. That's just kind of where I share stuff when I need to, and this just kind of is what it is. So my other account was my my Etsy shop account, and so that one I created because I knew I needed it and I wanted it. This was like a year ago. I never did anything with it. It had maybe like 11 followers on it. This was in November, December. So this has all happened very quickly. So in November, December, one day, like I logged into that account, which I never log into at the time, never had, I forgot the password. And then it had like 150 followers that it had gotten like in a couple of days. And I thought, okay, what did I do? Well, I didn't do anything. Someone had shared something and tagged me in it. So I thought, well, let me see if I can work this, because with Etsy and with what I'm selling, right, it's such a visual thing. People have to see it to buy it, and they like it, looking at it and like pictures and like seeing stuff. And so I thought, well, let me see if I can grow this and make this kind of be a means to bring in traffic and income for my Etsy shop, and really like put actual effort into that account. And I started doing that, and that really made a big difference in going from 11 to 2,000 followers in just a few months.
Oh, you have been, until that second, you have been frozen. Your screen has been totally frozen.
All right. Could you hear me?
I could hear you fine, which is why I didn't stop you. But you were stuck in this like scratch your arm kind of pose. Yeah, until just now. Okay, yeah. So and this one is separate, right? You have the main one, or not the main one, but your personal one that kind of is attached to your blog, but you kind of just use for like kid pictures and like around Dallas kind of things, right?
Yeah, day in the life. Yeah.
And then this other one is just your Etsy shop, which is just meal planners right now, which is growing into other planners. But right now it's really just the meal planners. But I think that you also, somebody tagged you, and this was somebody that you knew or didn't know?
Didn't know. Someone that I sent a planner to, and they had this big planner following, so people are really passionate about planners, and that's like my first tip, is find out what people are passionate about that you have to offer, because that's like going to be where you're going to find people to follow you and to grow your Instagram following. So somebody that was really passionate about planners and had a big planner following tagged me in something and said, oh, look, I got my planner. It was something I sent her to review, just kind of not strategically at all on my part. She reached out to me, and I was like, okay, sure, send her one, and then just like that kind of happened. And so when I saw that this, it kind of helped me tap into this whole little world of the right hashtags, the right people to do reviews, the right people that were interested in what I'm doing. And so I was able to really, moving forward from that point on, I was really specific and strategic about the stuff that I was posting and the hashtags I was using and the things that I was saying and doing on that Instagram account, knowing that every single time I got a new person to follow me, that's a potential customer and someone I can build a relationship with. And so versus my other account, which, I put hashtags in there to be funny, like I put those kind of hashtags in there, but I'm not putting I'm not doing hashtag kids, hashtag cute, things like that, because I'm not trying to get the creepers. You know what I mean? I'm just being funny. Those are people that I'm already relating with. So I have a very different and strategic plan for this account versus the other one.
And do you only post pictures of meal planners, of your planners on that account?
So I'm trying different stuff. I've been playing around with that to see kind of what works. So I know that my audience is, and I think you could do this with any account. If you have a kid, you share your blog, your kids, your personal life, whatever your account is, whatever it is, you just need to find something that you have, that you offer, that people are passionate about, that you're sharing every now and then. So with this page, obviously, right, is people that are passionate about planners, meal planning, but mostly planners, paper, that kind of stuff. So I've tried posting like sometimes I'll post a picture like of my daughter, working on her planner, because she has a little planner that I gave her. So people like that. If I post a picture, just regular picture of my kids on that account, it just kind of falls flat. That's not what people are looking for from that account, and that's not what people are interested in. So I'm kind of not doing that anymore, because that's not really what that's for. That account is not for that, So unless it's super relevant, unless the kids are packing my planners and sending them to people, they just don't need to be on that account really. I'm mostly sticking to the planners.
Okay. So finding what works, because I know and I have that kind of my personal one, which is kind of my blog one too, and I've been playing with things on that one. But then I started the new one that is between coffee and wine, so it's coffee, wine, cocktails, and I was able to grow that one to like 50 in a couple of weeks, which is nothing, but still wow.
You have to start. You start with a 0. Everybody does.
Yeah. But I think researching hashtags is a big deal, right? Looking up, and there's, I just Googled top hashtags, right? What are some of the top hashtags on Instagram? And love is a big one. I looked up, you can also do tag for likes, which I don't recommend just copying and pasting their hashtags, but they do have it so that you can copy and paste them. But it says I could go to food and beverages, and it would tell me what are the top hashtags in that category. And so I do coffee, I do caffeine, I do wine Wednesday, Starbucks, things that are in that niche. And then I also, because that one is local, I search, I tag it with Austin. I try to go places and take pictures of the coffee that I'm drinking or whatever around different places locally. So I think if you're doing a local kind of stuff too, if you're targeting that can be very helpful, because I've gotten Austin 360 and Austin Mom's blog, and some of those people I've connected with.
The local ones are really I've noticed are really helpful too. That too, if you have with your site or with my Carrie L site, right? I actually have helpful content on there for people that are local. So it's something that those are the people that I want, to help them. I have stuff for them. So I will tag, DFW, Dallas, all the different, local ones, so that those people can find me, and I have more information on my page for those people. Same thing with you, or same, with the planners. I don't do anything local because it doesn't matter. But if that's something you're doing is local stuff, you got to find your local hashtags, because hashtags are on Instagram. They're great.
Yeah, that's how you search everything. Yeah. You got to do the hashtags, and then searching those hashtags that you use also, and searching those hashtags and finding people to follow and interact with that way. Although I haven't really seen, right, people will like my pictures, and then I'll go and look at their account, and if it's something that meshes with mine, then I'll follow them. But I know finding the people to follow is important too. Although now I'm following way more. Is that Twitter, you get to a certain point where you're following way more than I'm following you, and they lock your account? Does that happen?
I don't know. That hasn't. What I did with this account. So with my blog account, I will follow everybody back that follows me unless they're spammers. So like if you're selling something, you know, if it's just a page to sell stuff, you know, like a direct sales page, I usually won't follow back, even though like I do that stuff, right? Like I mean, I have a product and an Instagram account for a product, but I know on my personal Facebook or Instagram account that if the people that are selling wraps all start following me, you know, like I just don't want to see all that in my feed. So I'll go on that and follow everybody back. But on my other one, I had to stop following people back because I couldn't keep up. And so I felt bad about it. But like one day, this is when I had like a few hundred followers, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go follow everybody back, you know. So I started doing it. Well, half of the people on that account, those are like real people that are following me. You know, those are real moms that have accounts, and like half of them are private. And so I'm sitting there, you know, following all these people, these private accounts takes longer to get in. You know, it was too much work. And so I thought I just can't do this. And so I have like 100 people there that I'm following, but I couldn't keep up. And so I felt bad about it, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But what I will do on that one even is like if there's someone that interacts with me regularly, or you know, I see the same people liking all my stuff or leaving comments, I'll try to follow those people back.
You know what I figured out? I was working with a coaching client yesterday, and we figured out, it got really dark in here suddenly. We figured out how to link that one Instagram account right to that Facebook page. So not just
yeah.
I linked my Between Coffee and Wine Instagram account to my Between Coffee and Wine Facebook page, not just my profile, but the actual page.
Okay, so see, I haven't done that. I haven't linked to Twitter.
Yeah, so that I could post, because I like to do that, like post it on, because I haven't found that the Instagram people and the Facebook people are really the same.
Yeah, so I've tried to use Instagram too for that, and that's been helpful, but they're not all the same. Some of them are. But like I'll do, like I had a big giveaway on my Facebook page. So I'll put this, because I usually, all my social media is different. I'm putting different stuff on all my social media because there's different audiences and you want to present it to in different ways. So I usually put different stuff, but I did a big Facebook giveaway and I put that on my Instagram. And then I noticed right away I had more likes on my Facebook page, even though you can't link, right? People have to go find it and figure it out. But people were able to do that, I guess.
What I've seen people doing, especially like I follow some recipe bloggers, and so they'll do hashtag on the blog, and then they'll change out the link in their profile for the link for that day of that recipe.
Yeah.
So they're like instead of just going to the blog and looking for that, then they change out the link in their profile every day for whatever they're posting, whatever recipe.
I think that's a great idea. The other thing I've seen people do is, I don't do that on my shop page because I just want all that traffic to go to my Etsy shop. I've done it like once. I think I sent people to my blog just so they would know I had a blog. But mostly like I want them to go to Etsy. But I've seen people also do where they put the location and it's like their blog name, or, you know, instead of putting, that way you just see it.
Gotcha.
So you see Carrie L blog, but then it says carriel.com for the location, which I haven't tried that yet, but I see a lot of people do that now, which seems like a clever way to. Maybe you could even put a link. I don't know if you could put a link in there or not.
I don't know.
I mean, you could, I guess, type it out.
It bothers me that it's all on my phone. I want to be.
What?
It's all on my phone. I want to be able to like do it from. I mean, you can comment and like a picture, I guess, from the computer.
Yeah.
But I can't like post things and.
Yeah, and so I've been trying, that's another thing. So with my blog account, lately I've been telling myself I'm only going to put like the best pictures on here instead of just like, before I would do like my day-to-day, you know, whatever, telling stories just throughout the day, but I thought, you know, it's not working that great, so I'm just going to put the best pictures. So I'm going to take the best pictures off my blog or the best pictures off my camera and put them on my Instagram account and see what happens. And they get a lot more interaction when I use like a real nice picture. But then I've got to, it's pain, because I don't have that capability from my camera, you know, so I have to.
Right. And that's what I think that's stopped me some of putting, because I've been working on my food photography and working on all of that, but it's all on the camera. So then I got to go and like, I'm like, how do I get it to Instagram?
Yeah. So I'll take them off my blog sometimes. I'll just save it on my phone from my blog if there's a picture I want,
Because I tried to do that and I couldn't get it to do that, so I had to like I had to share it. I had to share it on Facebook and then pull the picture off Facebook onto my phone and then upload it to Instagram.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Like it's just a pain in the butt to share things on Instagram if it's a good picture, right? Like if I'm not taking it with my phone.
Yeah, it is kind of a pain because you have to do it through your phone.
Yeah.
So you have to like get it to your phone somehow. But yeah, I'll pull them off my blog. I've pulled them off Facebook. I've emailed them to myself.
Yeah. It's just kind of that's just one of the things that I don't like.
Yeah.
But looking for your, posting pictures that are really good that people like and that are going to, like you're known for. I've started trying to, like my kid ones, they get somewhat a few likes or something, like people that I know like it, but then once I start posting like pictures of what we're eating or the recipes or fun things like that, then I start to get a few more likes.
Yeah, because then you can hashtag with all those things that other people are looking for, and I think people are, because you scroll through Instagram, right, and you just see kid. So I don't stop unless it's like a really great, bright, pretty, unique kid picture or something that's a funny animal, or you know what I mean. It's got to be something a little different, and so I've tried to. Obviously, I'm not doing the kid pictures on my planner page, but I've tried to make sure that I'm using the best planner pictures that I have, and if like they're not bright enough, I go in there, edit them, make them brighter, and then use those really niche hashtags that I've researched and that I found on every single post, because that's how you get people. So people find you.
That's how people find you, and hashtags can get a little out of control on Instagram.
They can, and so what I'll do sometimes is, because there's a lot that I like to use, but I don't like the way it makes I don't like the way it looks, and so I will post my comment, post my picture, and then I'll come back and do another comment with my hashtags in it, and then that way, when I get comments below that, it makes it go away. You don't see it, when you're scrolling through it, that comment will disappear.
Because I'm like, I'm like 3 to 5 in one, and then maybe I'll,
Yeah, so I always will do that later.
Yeah, the next one I'll do some other hashtags or something, but I don't want to see hashtags, because there are some accounts that I follow where it's like no comments, just all hashtags, and although it's a cool picture of like some funky coffee or something like that.
But there's no it's not that interaction relationship thing when people are just putting hashtags. So I almost always will put them in a separate comment, or if I think about it, because then it will disappear after a couple of people that comments.
And do you because what I found also is like Instagram, sometimes it will come up with like the hashtags that I use often, and then sometimes it won't.
Yeah.
Come up automatically. So like, do you have a file or a note in your phone? Like, how do you remember those hashtags?
In my old phone, it would pull them up for me in my auto whatever it is that as soon as I put in hashtag, it would just give me a list of all the hashtags, so I could just go do.
Mine only does that about 50% of the time.
Well, now I got my new Precious.
I wanted to see it, yeah.
So I don't know what it's gonna do yet. I don't know.
Yeah, mine, like yesterday I was like caffeine, which is one I've used a couple of times. I'm at Starbucks. I'm going to tag it with caffeine.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, did I spell caffeine right? Like,
I know.
Why didn't it come up? Like, it didn't come up with Starbucks. It didn't come up with anything.
Super helpful when it comes up. So I don't know. I don't know if that's like a phone thing, though.
Okay.
It worked on Android. I need to wrap up because Charles has to use the...
Okay, but so we need to post good pictures. We need to follow people with some of our popular hashtags, find things that people are passionate about and post those things, and post. How often do you post?
I don't post very often just because I have 2 accounts. I'm going back and forth all the time. But I do think that if you post a couple times a day, you'll do better. For sure. Because not everybody's seeing your stuff if you're just posting once a day or once every 3 days.
Okay, yeah.
So I would at least try for at least try to do once or twice a day.
And try to do, like, I've seen some of the bloggers, like, they do kind of behind the scenes pictures, like, in process, and then, like, on the blog, you can see the whole thing.
Yeah, those are cool, too. Those are great.
I like those, too.
I do, too.
Okay, well, thanks for chatting. Yeah. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Dang, Charles.
I know.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I don't know what we'll talk about next week, but we'll find something.
We'll figure something out.
All right.
All right.
Have a good day.
Bye.